Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Leilani Love, and today's video is gonna be about what do I do when I wake up. So some of you guys want the frontal look, you want a frontal wig, you want to have the whole hairline out, but you don't know how to maintain it. This video is gonna be for those of you that wake up and your bonnet came off, or you wake up and your hair just does not look like how it looked when you left your appointment. So this is just like a general video. This can apply to curly textures too, but I'm gonna make a video for curly. This is specifically for straight hair, kind of short bob looks. This is gonna be, you know, just a revival and refresh video. So I'm like this now, but girl, I did not wake up like this, okay? So maintaining a frontal can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be difficult. It's just tedious. There's steps. So a lot of people want to have the frontal look, but you don't want to do the work. So it's either you gotta wrap your hair up at night, use rollers, or you're gonna have to do all of these steps in the morning, or you're gonna get you some curly wavy hair, wet it in the morning, and call it a day. So you have to kind of figure out what goes with your lifestyle. Are you the kind of person that has an hour or 30 minutes to spend refreshing your hair in the morning, or are you just like a get up and go person? If you're a get up and go person, a frontal with straight hair or a bob or long straight hair might not be the move for you, because you got to keep it up. Y'all see all these people on TV, on social media, and y'all just like, oh, I want this look, but do you want to do the work, baby girl? Because it's not easy. It's not easy, but it can be done. So here's some tips, tricks. I even show you what products I recommend and why I recommend them, so you can kind of cater to whatever the look you're going for. And yeah, hope you guys like this tutorial. Make sure you leave any comments if you have any questions or you want to see something more specific. Just leave it in the comments below, or you can always DM me, email me. My contact info will be in the description. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned. All right, so this is what she looked like when I woke up this morning. The first step is to grab some water, specifically a spray that is like a mist. You don't want something that's too wet, like you want to mist. You just want to mist the hair so it has a little bit of moisture before you start. So I'm just going to make sure I hit that kitchen, okay? Very important, because that is one of the driest places on wigs, no matter what texture it is. But just make sure you just get the water throughout the hair. And then you're going to go in with a leave-in conditioner. I highly recommend Design Essentials H-Co leave-in. This hair has been processed with lightener, so I just like to do a leave-in, especially if I'm going to be curling the hair multiple times, which I've already done. This just helps the hair from breaking. So next, you're going to want to use a serum, something that's light and it's not going to weigh down the hair. These are two brands that I recommend, Main Candy and Design Essentials, both black companies. Support black business. You only need like a drop or two, depending on how dense the hair is and how dry it is. This hair is not that dry. I don't want to weigh it down, so I'm just going to take one drop and make sure I get it everywhere, especially in the back, and then I'm going to comb it through. So what you use to brush your hair is going to be very important. You want to use something that's not going to snag, something that's not going to pull the hair out, and it's going to make sure that the hair gets untangled. These are three of my favorite brushes: a Denman brush, a paddle brush, and whatever this pink other kind of brush is called. I don't know. But yes, get you a good brush. Make sure you're holding the hair. If it feels like it's too knotty, make sure you start at the bottom and work your way up. Just take your time and be gentle. A lot of people actually pull hair out because they're being too rough, or they're just brushing and like starting at the top of the hair and not working their way from the bottom. If you want to have longevity with your wig, you got to take your time. My hands are going through. That's what we need. So while we're doing a refresh, we might as well go ahead and move the part, because I just feel like my forehead looks so big with straight hair in the middle part. So I'm just gonna do a little side part, just to make my face not look as round and big and whatever. That's my own little personal thing I'm going through, but to each his own. If you want to change your part, you can. This is going to take a little bit of heat or mousse. You can see the hair is puffy. You cannot just part your hair and think that it's just going to lay flat. You are going to need to either use some mousse and mold it, or you're going to have to straighten it with the hot comb. So I'm going to be using a hot comb to press my hair down today after I get my part situated. And then we're going to, you know, proceed with the curl. Another tip I want to give you to keep your wig looking flat and neat is to part it in sections and curl it. If you try to curl your hair in big chunky sections, you might not get the look that you want, especially when you're curling or flat ironing straight hair. Even if you're doing a bump or you just doing it straight, part the hair, do thinner sections. Big sections come out kind of chunky, funky, and you don't get all the hair as neat as it can be. So I'm gonna start with this small piece. I'm making sure that I comb the hair out first before I put the hot comb or the flat iron on it. And then I'm just gonna do a small section. I wanna make sure that I don't have more hair than can fit on the flat iron or curling iron. And I wanna make sure that I smoothed it with the comb before I actually apply the heat. That's also gonna make sure that the hair stays neat and smooth. If you're gonna use a hot comb, be sure to use a light wax. You don't wanna use anything too crazy. I definitely recommend She Is Balm, and Evan also has a nice light wax stick. Now we're gonna move to the hairline. So to refresh your hairline, you wanna first make sure you clean off any crustiness, anything that's peeling. I like to use witch hazel pads. You can use any cotton pad and put some micellar water on it. I would not use alcohol. Do not use alcohol. That will make your lace lift. Repeat, do not use alcohol. That will make your lace lift. So I'm just gonna take the witch hazel pad and I'm gonna clean off the excess gunk or edge control that's already in the baby hair, because in order for me to relay that down and put more edge control, I have to first wipe this first layer of edge control off, so it doesn't just keep getting cakier and cakier. Okay, take your time and clean this off, guys. It's not going to take that much time and it will be worth the effort. To lay your baby hair down, you can either use the curler or you can just go straight in with the edge control and shape it as desired. I'm going to curl it first because to me it just leaves a fluffier look, because I'm going to be using mousse. So that's what I'm going to be using today. So you do have options when it comes to laying your baby hair down. You can use liquid gold, which is a glueless product. You can use the edge control, or you can use the mousse. My favorite product is the liquid gold. It keeps the baby hair still. And the mousse is a fluffy hold. So it just depends on what kind of hold you want to have. But you got options, boo. So we're going to start with the mousse. I'm literally going to use a drop, and I'm not just going to go straight in. I'm going to dab it off the back of my hand just so I can make sure I'm controlling where it goes and where it lays. You don't want to put too much and risk your lace lifting because you've oversaturated it. You know, just take a little bit and use your brush and kind of shape the hair as you go. And if you need more, you can apply a little bit more, but just use a little at a time. So to complete the look, we're gonna make sure that our the edges of our lace is completely sealed and laying down. We don't have any lace sticking up. We got two options. You can use a paper, a neck strip, or you can use an elastic band. If you use the paper, you're gonna stretch it out first and then fold it in half, so that way you have a more taut control of the paper. And you're just gonna go around the front of the lace and lay it down exactly where the hairline meets your skin. And you're just gonna tie that down. You can use the can't get it out. You can use the elastic band or the paper. You're just gonna lay it in the same place. Make sure your edges are covered and just tie it down and let that air dry after you put on your spray or your liquid gold. I'm gonna be using the Ebin spray, and I'm just gonna go along the edges of the lace, exactly where my lace is touching my skin. And that's just gonna re-melt everything. So if you wake up in the morning and you feel like you have a cast or anything is just not how it was when it left, spray it and then tie it down and let it air dry or blow dry it. Because we're putting a wet product on top of adhesive or glue, we just want to make sure we hold this down while the glue and the lace spray are adhering to each other. Basically, we're just making sure it's not wet and it doesn't just start lifting. Make sure you hold your hair down using an elastic band or satin scarf or a wrap strip to make sure your lace doesn't lift after you've applied mousse, sprays, anything like that on your hairline. And then just get the blow dryer and hit it a few minutes, like 5-10 minutes, until it's completely dry. So I don't want to just sit here and blow dry my hair. So in the meantime, I'm going to get my face ready. By the time I finish doing my face, my lace should be completely dry and I should be ready to go out the door. I'm not doing like a full beat. I'm just doing like my little natural everyday go-to look. If you want to know what that is, check out my no makeup foundation video. And this is just like a cute little look, just something simple, soft, natural with no foundation. You know, get out the house real quick, but still slay, okay? By the time I'm done with this, my lace should be ready. Okay, so what happens if you take this off and some of the glue stuck to the band or the hairspray stuck to the band, and when you pull it off, there's a little white area, a little cake. You take a wet rag and you just dab that off. Or you take the same hairspray and you just spray right over the area where the hairspray stuck to the band, and it should immediately disappear. Okay? It's not like a science project. I'm just gonna go ahead and just dry that again because it's a wet product. I want to make sure it's completely dry before I go outside. But now you can pretty much take your brush, your comb, fluff out your baby hairs as to however you like, or if you want to leave them with the hard look, you know, whatever is your preference, this is when you would go ahead and style your baby hairs and stuff. So tonight, what I'm gonna do, in order to make sure that I don't have to do my whole hairline, I'm gonna make sure that I use my elastic band on my hairline, and I'm gonna use about 5 rollers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the back, 5. I'm gonna use 5 rollers, so that way, and I'm gonna put a bonnet on. That way, when I get up in the morning, I take the rollers out, take the elastic band off, and I should be good to go out the door. So that will save me time in the morning. So you gotta think, do I have time at night or do I have time in the morning? If I don't have any time, then I might need to get some braids, or I might need to get a curly wig or a wavy wig, okay? Straight hair is for those that got a little time to make it neat and fresh. Y'all can't be walking outside with your wig looking nasty. If you do, don't be telling people I did it, okay? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm just loving this flip. Loving this flip. Loving it. Take me back to the 90s because the 20s are trash. And as you can see, this hair, I've curled it multiple times. I've had this wig on for about a week, and she's still, you know, looking nice and good and fresh and clean. And yeah, guys, quality. Leilani's Love unit. This is a Gabrielle unit in a bob, period. The Gabrielle unit comes in layers. It comes in bob. You can check that out on the website, www.leilanislove.com. Check that out on the website. Let me know what you need, you know, holla at your girl. But anyway, till next time, guys, peace and love.